All right, what is going on to the one person that's watching and anybody who watches this after? I'm going to have to get through these quick because after this, I got some plans I got to make with work and tomorrow. So I'm going to try to get through these topics pretty quickly. With the NBA draft, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it because that'll take too long. But give a quick rundown on the basically, we're going to talk about Kawhi getting he basically wants out of San Antonio, and now it looks like Dwight, Dwight, he just got traded, so he's gonna want out, and then gonna talk about the NBA draft from last night. So if you've been living under a rock and you don't pay attention on Twitter or anything, you would know that Kawhi Leonard is very unhappy with the San Antonio Spurs, and he's made it known. Well, his camp basically has made it known that he wants to leave. So now it gets me wondering, okay, knowing the Spurs, they don't really like the Lakers. They wouldn't dare trade him to the Lakers because that'll be a dumb move. So I don't know what they're gonna do with him. I don't know if Kawhi is going to just sit out another year because he made it known that he wants to play for the Lakers in 2019. But if you don't know the situation, I'll give it a quick breakdown. So with them, I think Kawhi, he got hurt 9 games into the season. He hurt, I think, his quad, and he was cleared to play by team doctors. But to me, he felt like he was being rushed back because, obviously it's Kawhi Leonard. He's the most important player on the team. So now, he feels like he got rushed back pretty quickly. He didn't like it, so he didn't play the rest of the season. Even though he was cleared to, play, he didn't want to play because he went to his own personal doctor, and they gave him a different diagnosis of the situation. So maybe the team doctors tried to fix it to make it seem like he could easily just come back and help them out, which is kind of I don't really like that if that's what actually happened. But I feel bad for Kawhi because he's the best two-way player in the league, top 5 player when healthy, and it's just sad to see him going through this right now. But with the whole speculation of LeBron, now Bleacher Report, they just put something out like the Lakers are the heavy favorites to land LeBron. Now it's like, okay, now if I'm Kawhi, do I sit out a year and then go join LeBron in LA, or like do the Spurs just trade him in hopes of just getting another star, or they're gonna think of something to do with Kawhi. Because obviously, with the whole pop, he ain't gonna go past 2020 because like he's the coach of the Olympic team now since Coach K gave it up. Now he might not coach past the 2020 season. So what do you do with him? Do you just like, and they drafted Lonnie Walker last night. So now it's like, now you're kind of forcing the situation of Kawhi leaving, which is not good. I hope the best for Kawhi. If I was him, I'd trade him to the Lakers. If I was the Spurs, I mean, he wants to go there. Obviously he's from there, and the speculation of possibly PG and LeBron going there. I mean, why not go there? So I don't know. Just let me know y'all thoughts, like in the comment section, or the 3 that's watching. Just like let me know what y'all think the Spurs should do with Kawhi, and if they don't decide to trade, what do you think Kawhi should do? Do you think he should just sit out the whole year, or pull a Kyrie and just sit out the whole year since they didn't want to trade me, or do we just play out the whole season and then go to LA in 2019? I don't know. So switch topics. Let's go to this Dwight Howard news. Now, Dwight, I don't know why people hate Dwight. Ever since he left the Magic, it's like people ain't really liked him. Where'd he go to? He went to the Lakers, I believe, or Houston. No, it was the Lakers. Went to the Lakers, didn't really pan out well. It's like he didn't really take it serious. Then he got traded to Houston after, so that didn't work. And now he just got done playing for the Hornets last year. No, the Hawks after the Rockets went to the Hawks, had a pretty good year. I think he put up like 16 and 12. And now just this past season with the Hornets, put up like 17 and 12. So, he's a consistent double-double guy. But for some reason, the Hornets don't see that. They creating space for 2 max contracts. One, I don't know who wants to really go to Charlotte in the first place. I wouldn't step foot there. Look where their GM is. But that's another case. But now they traded him to Brooklyn for Mozgov and 2 future second-round picks. To me, that was a terrible trade, because why would you give up Dwight? Dwight's not bad. It's just he doesn't fit the mold of the modern day center today. Now, if it was a few years ago, well, not few, but if he played in like if he played in the 90s, he'll be one of the best big men probably all the time. So, and I do think he's a Hall of Famer. Not a first ballot, but he'll end up getting in. They'll look at his numbers and they'll definitely put him in. But yeah, they traded him, and now he got bought out. Well, he's expected to get bought out. So now he's good. He's expected to hit free agency this offseason. And 2 teams come to mind. Well, not 2 teams come to mind, but 2 teams are interested in him. Cleveland and, of course, Golden State. Now, Golden State, I can see if Dwight wants a ring, I can totally see Dwight just going to the Warriors. Why not? If you want a title, that's who you go to. It was kind of like the Lakers, like in the 90s and 2000s. If you want to try to get a ring before you retire, it kind of be like, yeah, I got one. Go to the Lakers. So now Golden State is kind of copying that mode of, hey, if you want a ring, you see all these superstars here where you ain't really got to do nothing but just play defense and get some rebounds. Come join us. We see what JaVale McGee did. Absolutely nothing. And he got a ring. And see what Nick Young did. And he got a ring. And he did absolutely nothing. So if you want the easy way out, join Golden State. Now, if he goes to Cleveland, you're banking on LeBron coming back. And they just drafted, I get on that later. But you're banking on LeBron staying, which I don't see him staying. The whole free agency thing, I'm gonna keep it quiet until it gets closer there, about a week and a half. So probably next week, before free agency starts, I'll get Kid the Gamer on here with me, and we'll just break down the where do we think free agents should go and everything. But like I said, if he goes to Cleveland, if I was him, I would wait to see where LeBron goes. But let's say he does go to the Lakers. I mean, would Magic welcome him back with open arms, considering how that went? Or does he choose to go the way out and just go to Golden State? That's a mystery on its own. I don't really know. Like I said, for the people that's watching or that decide to watch after, just let me know where do y'all think Dwight should go. So, last topic before I go off is the NBA draft last night. Now, Adam Silver sent out a memo. I'm gonna say this before I go into the picks. Adam Silver, he sent out a memo saying basically ESPN, any reporter ain't, any reporter should not leak out the draft. Don't leak out any draft picks or anything. So the top two people of Shams and Woj, Adrian Wojnarowski, especially Woj. Woj took a whole new route of basically he basically spoiled the whole draft. So it was hours before we kind of knew Ayton was the presumptive first and Bagley went second. So now I want to pull up his tweets because his tweets were hilarious. So instead of Woj just saying flat out, "Oh, this team is drafting this person," he would kind of be like, "Oh, this team is locked in on this prospect," and he even used tantalizing, and I'm just that was weird to me. Why would you say that? Like when Portland got Anthony Simons, he was like, Portland has a laser on him. I'm like, man, just go ahead and just break the rules. You already broke the rules without basically breaking the rules regardless. And he's like, Utah Jazz has no plans to pass on Grayson Allen. I'm like, man, come on. Like, it was just hysterically funny. Like, I really liked it that he did that. Because, I mean, technically, he didn't say you can't. All he said was you can't leak the draft picks before it said. He didn't say how you could do it. He just said you had to do it. So, yeah, like he said, like when the Spurs took Lonnie Walker, he was like, the Spurs are fixated on Lonnie Walker. I'm like, come on. Like, that's weird. I don't get it. I don't know. But other than that, let me get to these draft picks. So first, when DeAndre Ayton, it was obviously clear cut. He's the best player in the draft. Well, he might be one of the best players in the draft. It depends. Love to see my Wolves out there doing Wolves things. Look, I'm sorry that the Timberwolves and they need to get rid of Tibbs, but I'm gonna say about that. So now, yeah, Ayton, possibly the best player. He ended up going first to Phoenix, high school in Phoenix, college, went to Arizona. So obviously that fits. Second pick, Marvin Bagley, who I think will be the best player in about 5 years, because I think that's how people rank them. They usually go, they use that 3 year, no, they use the 5 year formula. So 5 years down the road, they'll look at, oh, what did this person do? What did that person do? And I think looking back 5 years when Bagley, I think Bagley will be that 2010 guy. Not immediately, but give him, he ain't going to be like Towns, because obviously when Towns came in, like Towns was special when he came in. So if that, with him, that happened. Now, this is where the tricky part comes in. Third pick. Who went third? The Mavs, no, not the Mavs, the Hawks, and it was the Mavs. Yeah, Hawks and Mavs did a trade. So basically, the Hawks took Doncic at third, and Dallas took Trae Young at fifth, and they switched. So now, technically, Trae Young went third to Atlanta, and Doncic went fifth to Dallas. And Trae Young, I mean, I see the Hawks tanking for about another 3 to 4 years, because the front office management of the Hawks was the same ones at Golden State that took Steph and Clay and all them and kind of built what we see now. So maybe drafting Trae Young is the start of what, I ain't gonna say that they're gonna be like Golden State, but in a few years, like if you give them a very good coach and all that, you'll see the progress. So with Trae Young, he's an exceptional shooter, great passer. He can improve on whatever. He could turn down his turnovers a little bit because he gets a little antsy at times and want to make a difficult pass, which I don't really like that. But I do like the fact that he doesn't remind me of Steph. I mean, he got the range of Steph, but looking at him play, he's a shorter version of Damian Lillard. And I know I'm probably get some flack for that. He's a shorter Damian Lillard. So, like, when he dribbles and all that, he doesn't have a fluid dribble motion. He's kind of he's stiff when he dribbles, and like his step back is like Damian. So if he could be like that or even somewhat of that, then Atlanta got themselves a great foundation for the years to come. Because obviously, like I said, they're not going to make the playoffs, and they're looking to trade Schroeder too. But the duo of Trae Young and now John Collins, who I think will be a very good player for years to come with the Hawks, them two together and some more draft picks for next year, because next year's draft class is going to be pretty good. They, like I said, they won't be like them. They won't be like Golden State, but they'll be on the right track to kind of be one of the top dogs in the East in a few years. Now, fourth pick, Memphis. I think this was kind of obvious. They went Jaren Jackson Jr. out of Michigan State. Now, I watch a lot of college ball, and Jaren Jackson and watching Izzo and all that, he don't really utilize his big men that well. He's more of the guards and forwards, Denzel Valentine and Draymond, and who else he put? He put a lot of guards and forwards in the NBA. He don't really focus on he don't focus on the big men in his system. But his dad played in the NBA. I know when I was watching Bud stream last night, someone in the chat asked who is Jaren Jackson Jr.'s dad, and I did a complete faceball. But anyways, Jaren Jackson, he will fit what Zevo was, basically. That hard nose, just tough it out, grit and grind. He fits that grit and grind mode. Also with their second pick that they got in Javon Carter from West Virginia, they fit. He's the modern day Tony Allen. He fits that. Both of them fit that grit and grind of Memphis. And now you have a great building foundation, because obviously you're not going to make the playoffs in a few years, or for a few years, till you tank and get some more draft picks. But with just Jaren Jackson, they can be your foundation again, because Marc Gasol, he obviously wants out, and if Conley can't stay healthy, then they're going to have to get rid of that contract. So it's that same situation with Atlanta. They just can tank for a few seasons and get some draft picks. I would. Whoa. Oh my God. I hate Kid. Anyways, so it's a fake tweet that just popped up. Anyways, where is that? Jaren Jackson, yeah, Memphis and all that. Fifth pick, Luka Doncic. This is very interesting. So we know how Euro players are, finesse, like the Manus, like they play real smooth. Luka Doncic, he's 6'8", but it's like he could play the 1, 2, or 3 because he's 6'8". So with him and Dallas, him and Dennis Smith Jr. could be the bounce bros, because they both got hops like crazy. So, but thing is, Luka, it's like he can shoot, but it's like he can do everything, but shooting, if I have to pick his weakness, is shooting. So I do like him, and him with Dirk. Dirk is gonna mentor him. Dirk part of one of the greatest foreign big men to play the game outside of Elijah One, and it's going to be good for him to learn from someone like Dirk. So he can get the post up game really well and all that. He's if he can get his work ethic right, unlike other players that are big that were foreign that came in the NBA, like Yi Jillian that played with the Bucks. Like he was okay. I ain't gonna say he was the best. He was okay, but his work ethic got in the way. So it's gonna be interesting just to see. So now, what are they going to do with Wesley Matthews? Because I can only imagine that they get rid of Wesley Matthews or even Harrison Barnes. Like one of those two has got to go if you just drafted Doncic. And I do see, I could see Dallas especially with free agency coming up. So they're going to try to go at their center because they still don't have one. But like I said, I ain't gonna say who they should go after. I'm gonna say that for next week. I'm pulling up the draft because I totally forget what happens after 5. Yeah, it's just gonna be interesting. Yeah, Wesley is trash. When he left Portland and he got that Achilles injury, yeah, he went downhill. He was a good 3-3-D player, and then he fell off the face of the earth. So, 6th pick. The Magic and LeParis, my good friends of LeParis and K-Spade and all that. And I think it was LeParis that said, "Oh, they shouldn't draft a big man for what?" When they got Vucevic and Biyombo. And what do? They go after and get Mo Bamba from Texas. I like this kid. I was talking to my coworkers at work yesterday and all that before the draft. So I said him and Bagley are polar opposites of each other. Because it's like Bagley has very good offense, but he has okay defense. Meanwhile, Mohamed Bamba has very good defense with an 8-foot wingspan. But his offense is very subpar. So with him there, I do like that because now they got to figure out the rest of their roster. And I think they got who they got. They still got Jonathan Isaac, and they still got Aaron Gordon, he's a restricted free agent, so we don't really know if the Magic gonna bring him back. But I mean, if I was the Magic, I'd bring him back. But now you have Jonathan Isaac is 6'10". And now you got Bamba, who's 7 foot with an 8-foot wingspan. And I think Jonathan Isaac has over a 7-foot wingspan. So it's gonna be hard to score on them, especially in the paint. Like Bamba might lead the rookies in all blocks. Vucevic. Now Vucevic, he's one of them. He's like a Brook Lopez. Like you just don't know about him, but he can get you about 20 or 10. I think if he works on his offense, he can be I just want him to work on his offense. Like, I watch videos of like college players when they're like prepping for the draft and all that. Like, I see them shooting threes. I mean, that's cool. Yeah, like you would shoot around. Like anybody can shoot around, but it's different when you're actually on the court. So I see them utilizing the pick and roll game with whoever the point guard is. I don't even know who that point guard is. Gonna have to ask Bud that question, but it's gonna be interesting. Now the 7th pick, Chicago, LeParis' team took Wendell Carter, and he might be the safest pick because if he's not good, you still got Bobby Portis to back him up. So. And actually, this will raise a question of what do they do with Bobby Portis? Because they was trying to debate on who they should take between him and Mirotic, who should stay on the team. So, what should they do with Bobby Portis now? Because he ain't, Portis ain't a bad player, but he ain't the greatest. And yeah, Duke in the NBA, yeah, I think they had like four for it. I think they have four players drafted, if I'm not mistaken, and they're gonna have like five next year. So that's close to 10 draft picks in 2 years. So Wendell, yeah, he's the safest pick in this whole draft because, like I say, even if he ain't good, you can rely on Bobby Portis. But I do expect Wendell and Laurie Marketing to be a very good duo because looking at him, he was good at Duke. It's just he got outshined by Bagley. Like if Bagley didn't go there, like Wendell would have been that 2010 guy in the NBA in college. But he got outshadowed by Bagley. So number 8, and this is one that is going to be tricky to figure out because of this guy's decision. Colin Sexton, very good in very good point guard in college. The whole debate was who is better? Is it him or is it Trae Young? I don't know. You can make your case for Trae Young and you can make a case for Colin Sexton. Now, I like Colin Sexton. Watching him since high school and all that. Well, like when Ballers Life puts out a video on him, then obviously, I watch it just to see. Man, Colin Sexton is a dog. He doesn't care who's on the court against him. He's going to give them buckets. You're good when basically almost your whole team fouls out except for 3 players. You played a 3-on-5 game. I remember this. They played against Minnesota in college. They played 3-on-5, and he dropped 44 points. That's how I know you are a very good player. If you could drop that doing a practice drill break, basically, then you have all the tools to be a good NBA player. So if you watched his interview, last night after he got drafted, he was talking about. I think the reporter asked him about the possibility of LeBron coming back and all that, and he basically said, "All right, LeBron, come back. Let's go ahead and do this." I like Colin Sexton, but it's like he can't shoot. He can do everything else well, but he can't really shoot that well. Like he can't be a spot up shooter because we all know the type of person LeBron is. We know what kind of teammates he needs. He needs shooters. But I do give it to him. Colin Sexton, he can be a very good playmaker. He ain't no Kyrie, even though he chose the number 2. He did that to troll Kyrie, but he like I said, he's just a very good player. Like it's just his shooting. So if LeBron does come back, would just like when they drafted Wiggins, do they trade Sexton or do they keep him and try to figure out who else to fit around him? I don't know what they're gonna do. Like I said, it's gonna be very interesting what they do decide to do with him if LeBron decides to come back. I mean, they should keep him basically, but I'm not the GM of I'm not the GM of the Cavs, so I don't know. Ninth pick, Kevin Knox. You know how the Sixers crowd is. I mean, not the Sixers. The Knicks crowd is. They don't like Porzingis. Well, they booed Porzingis basically, and he ended up being a pretty good player, besides him getting injured. So Kevin Knox went to Kentucky, natural born scorer, streaky shooter at times. It's like when he's on, he's on. When he's not, he just kind of falls out of a game. But hold on. Okay, I'm sorry. I had to do something real quick. Kevin Knox, natural born scorer. I said I got to try to get through this quick. Um, the Sixers and their pick. That it was interesting. All right, so the Sixers, they took Mikal Bridges out of Villanova. You know, the hometown kid went to Villanova, won, managed to win 2 national titles there. You know, his mom works for Philly and all that. You know, we was like, man, this is a feel good story of the NBA draft. You know, mom and son working together, same team. And then a few picks later, Phoenix took Zaire Smith and decided to trade him. Traded Zaire for Mikal Bridges. And we're all like, oh my goodness, that is not good. So Mikal Bridges, he's that good 3-and-D guy where he can easily, like, if he would have stayed in Philly, he would have been a good player. And he in a few years he'll be one of the best two-way players in the NBA. But I feel bad for him getting traded from his hometown team. Number 11 with the Hornets, they took Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's I'm trying to get through all these. They did a trade with the Clippers where the Clippers got Miles Bridges. No, wait, I got that wrong. No, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander went to the Clippers and Miles Bridges went to the Hornets. And with the 13th pick, the Clippers took Jerome Robinson, which was a surprise to me because, I mean, he's a very good scorer. And I don't really know much about it. All I know is he's a very good scorer. 14th pick, and I'll probably just stop right here and then go through some more known players. 14th pick, Michael Porter. Now, 2 years ago, if he was he was top player in the nation and all that. So we're thinking, all right, this is what we're going to do. He's, go to Missouri, be a top pick, basically. So he had spine surgery, and then he ended up with a nagging hip. And that basically deterred his draft stock, kind of. No, what deterred his draft stock was him deciding to play through the injury. If he didn't play through the injury, if he would have just sat out the whole year, he would have probably been a top pick. It's kind of like what Kyrie did. When Kyrie played like 11 games and he got hurt, but he was still the top draft pick. So, and he got drafted to the Nuggets. Like, that was a surprise to me because he's a very good, like, he can score very well. And I don't get it. Like, they let him drop that fast. So, like, if he can stay healthy, their future with Jokic and who is it? Jokic, Gary Harris, and Jamal Murray, and you got the veteran and Paul Millsap. Man, if they can stay healthy and stay together for a long time, man, Denver could be one of the best teams in the NBA. Because I thought he was gonna go to Philly. If he would stay with Philly, that would have been disgusting. But I mean, it didn't happen. I wish it did. I wish it did happen because I would have been very excited. But that is all for the lottery picks. I'm a poke at kid. Dante DiVincenzo, the Michael Jordan of Delaware got drafted to the Bucks. I don't really care that he got drafted to the Bucks. I mean, basing off of he's going off of what Skip said. Oh, he's a big game playmaker. No, you're basing it off of like 3 games: the Final Four national championship and the game against Xavier. I think that was in the tournament too. So three tournament games you're basing it off of. That's dumb to me. You can't base somebody's game off of that. Yeah, he can shoot, but just because you can shoot in college don't mean it's going to transfer to the NBA. Spurs took Lonnie Walker, kind of hit that a little bit. This dude is explosive, can score off the dribble and all that. It's just Could he be the next Spurs great? I don't really think so because Pop ain't gonna be there for that long. So, uh, Grayson Allen, I like this pick. This was the third Duke player drafted. I can't think of the last one who got drafted. Um, Grayson Allen, great scorer. I feel like if he left 2 years ago, he would have still been a lottery pick. Either way it goes, he would have been first round pick anyway. The Duke can ball. He comes with toughness. Yeah, he got some immaturity in him a little bit because of what happened with Duke and him tripping everybody. But him and Donovan Mitchell together, that could be a very good 1-2 combo for years to come if he can mature his game and all that. I think that's it. Yeah, LiAngelo Ball did not get drafted, and with the last pick of the draft, I think everybody wanted him to get drafted, but I think Giannis's little brother, Kostas, I'm not going to try to say the last name because I'm not going to embarrass myself. Kostas went last. I'm very proud of him. I feel like he'll be a very good player in the NBA if he can grow into his body and just do what he has to do to improve his game. If he's even half of what Giannis is, then we got ourselves the next Giannis, basically. So I'm sorry about the little delay I had towards the end. I had to do stuff for my mom. But next week with Kid the Gamer, we will talk about free agency, where everybody is going, and give our top 5 players at each position and then top 5 players overall in the NBA. So if you're new, like, comment, and subscribe. Tell your friends to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend. I'm trying to grow this channel at a very high rate. Well, not a very high. I'm just trying to grow this channel because, getting into sports and everything, we need want to be a college coach. Obviously, I have to cover all sports. So just tell people about me, and I will see you guys next week.